What's this? Listen, what's this Twitter campaign you've been talking about then?
All right, so listen, a lot of Arsenal fans, we love to complain and we're very critical. And right now, I really think that more than ever, there's a huge split between fans in terms of Wenger in, Wenger out, this, that and the other. And I think that even though there's that sort of split, the one thing that we all agree on is that something at the club has gone a bit stale. Something needs to change. And I always say that you don't need to look for change in the most obvious places. It can be something behind the scenes. If you look at the board, for example, we've got no football men on the board. We've got Josh Kroenke coming in as a non-executive director who's meant to be objective and impartial. Like, how's he objective and impartial if Daddy's hiring him? I think we need to... Josh Kroenke, that's bully, by the way. Bully, this is my interview, stay on. But anyway, no, listen, the fact of the matter is, we love to criticise, but I just think that we need to be a bit more proactive. And what I'm suggesting is not a protest, but what I'm suggesting is that we actually display to the club that we can actually take a stand as a bunch of fans. Not just kind of a few people saying Wenger in, a few people saying Wenger out. This is bigger than that. It's about getting a fair deal for the fans again. And what I'm suggesting is I want to basically get all Arsenal fans involved in this, not just ones that go to the game. The ones that go to the game, especially them, they've got to do this. It's going to have to be a visual thing. And the last day of the season, I want everyone to hold something up. I'll show you that in a second. But even the global gooners just bombard Arsenal on Twitter with it, on Facebook with it, Puma Football, bombard them with it. We need to let the club know that we're not going to accept 100 million in the bank and not spending it on top-class players. I truly believe we're going to sign someone in summer, but I don't want to leave it to chance because we can all imagine the excuses that are going to come up with, World Cup and this and that and the other. So what I want to do, I want all Arsenal fans, literally, I'll fund this out of my own pocket if I have to, but I want to see thousands of gooners holding this up. If you don't spend, we won't spend. Simple as that.
Sorry, say that again.
If you don't spend, we won't spend.
So is that
just simple
way of
as that.
Say no to the 3% as well.
No, it's not about the 3%. I'll come on to the 3% afterwards. But it is unfair on Arsenal fans. The first interview I ever did with you, I said you get what you pay for, and that is true. It is true, and we want to get what we pay for. And we want a fair deal because we do pay a lot of money and we don't want to keep on sticking money into the club's coffers when, as I've mentioned, Josh Kroenke today, as we don't want to pay his wages. We don't want to waste our money. We want to see something on the pitch. Let's win the FA Cup this year. Let's finish fourth this year, but we have to push on. The only way we're going to push on is if we start making changes. I want higher scale change. I want football men in the board. I want David Dean back, even though he's 70. I still think he's better than anyone we've got here today. But we have to start investing in the playing squad. And all I'm saying is that I need everyone's support in this.
So hold it up again so they can see.
If we get 3,000 fans holding this up against West Brom with the last home game of the season, then I really think the club, they can't ignore this. If there's 3,000 of these, we'll see this on Match of the Day, we'll see this on Sky Sports. And not only that, look, this isn't a protest. This is kind of like a warning shot. This is saying to the club, look, we don't want to be complaining at the end of the transfer window. We're letting you know how we feel now. And also, to me, the 90 minutes is sacred. You do not protest in them 90 minutes. That's about the team. That's about the players. All I want is before the game, 10 minutes before the game, you hold these up. I want these to be seen. Hold them up at half time if you want, not during them 90 minutes. That's about supporting your team and getting behind your team. Even after the final whistle goes, that'll be a lap of honour for the players. You don't hold it up then. You applaud the players for their efforts this season. The 90 minutes are sacred. This isn't a protest. This isn't against the club. This is communicating to the club. And it's something we need to do in person at the stadium. We need people globally to do it on Twitter, on Facebook, and it can't be all of this spend some effing money. We need to tailor our argument. We need to tailor our point so they'll actually listen and take note. You've seen this third time I'm showing you it now. It's a thinly veiled message. You see what's in the background. Puma will take notice. If they think £30 million a year is going to be wasted, what I urge, genuinely, I hope it doesn't come to this, but if we don't sign a player, don't buy a Puma shirt. Simple as that.
It's not Puma's fault though, is it?
It's not Puma's fault, but who do you think Arsenal are going to listen to? Commercial partners or me bullying Claude? They're going to listen to commercial partners.
They don't listen to me.
We're not.
Nobody listens to him.
We're not giving them.
listens to me.
Right, we're not giving them £30 million a year, but Puma are. And if Puma get on the phone and say, "What the hell is going on? We've sold half the shirts we thought we would," then they'll start taking notice. We need to tailor our argument and hit them where it hurts. Because Arsenal fans' criticism of the club is you only care about money. So if that's all they care about, let's hit them where it hurts. Let's hit them on what they care about.
But that's only, you're saying that only if they don't spend the money.
Only if they don't. See, that's what I'm saying. This is a warning shot. We'll hold this up. That's a warning shot. That's communicating to them. And if they don't spend money, do not buy the Puma shirt. We'll see what they do.
It's a bit harsh on Puma though, isn't it?
It is hard.
Why Puma? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Let
Why
me ask
Puma?
you, Robbie, are you a Puma fan or you're an Arsenal
I'm
fan?
not. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm just saying.
Do you care
I'm just,
about...
No. I'm just trying to be objective with this. Why Puma? Why Puma?
Because that they will listen. Puma will fully expect to shift a lot of shirts.
You think Puma will put the pressure on the?
Definitely,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely, definitely. Listen, if I could guarantee Puma, they won't sell a single shirt. There'll be a meeting tomorrow morning. I can promise you that. Obviously, we're not going to have that much reach, but we can do whatever the hell we can. And instead of just complaining all the time, let's try and do something about it. I said this about Arsenal and the actions in the transfer window as well. Even if you try and fail, fine, we can accept that. But it's better than not trying. So same goes for fans, doesn't it? We can try and fail to communicate to the club. Even if we don't achieve what we're trying to achieve, that's absolutely fine. But at least try. Let's not stand there and moan and complain and have divides between our support. Let's try and be proactive. It's for the good of the club. Let's not forget that. They've got money that we've pumped in that is there to spend. The reason this club exists, the reason it got set up in '86, is to win trophies. Let's not lose sight of that. This is about what we want to achieve. I want to get that 14th title on the board. I want to get that 11th FA Cup on the board. We need to start achieving all of this because the last 9 years have been painful, and it's about communicating that. We need to let the club know. We need to be proactive. We need to do something about it.